Good afternoon. I'm coming to you today to talk about the opposite of wanting to outlaw texting and driving in the United States. I know most people are interested in having texting and driving outlawed and made illegal in all states, but there is another side to that. There are some that don't want to have texting and driving, and there are many reasons why texting and driving should not be made illegal. And why do we think the government should be allowed to delve into our privacy? I'm going to talk to you about the numbers and what they show with texting and driving, and how it has not lowered the amount of the crashes that happen every day. Also, how that is actually digging into our personal space or options to be able to communicate to people. Also, and lastly, will be that will there's lots of other things that happen in the car that make driving unsafe that go along with texting, that they would have to go with to keep the roads safe. Not just texting and driving, but there are many other things. There is many reasons not to text or drive, but there are also many reasons why not to make this outlawed. Drivers are distracted by many other influences other than just texting. There's things such as eating, just talking, daydreaming, things like that. There's just many other reasons why texting and driving should not be outlawed. There's also the numbers that we see today on websites and on TV are showing that texting and driving in the cities that it has been banned are not, that the numbers are not decreasing. The numbers are not decreasing in the crash rates for those cities that texting and driving has been banned. According to abcnews.com, Ms. M. Hausner, in the article "Driving While Texting and Texting Driving Laws Do Not Reduce the Crash Rate," studies show that texting while driving may be dangerous, but state laws banning the activity are not reducing the numbers of auto crashes, the new studies claim. Not only did researchers find that crashes did not decrease after texting bans, but they found that in 3 states crashes actually increased slightly. That's kind of strange. We wouldn't think that, but like I said, there's many other things that cause distractions why people are driving other than just texting. Texting and driving or making it illegal can also be kind of an invasion of personal space. If the government can outlaw that, then what else can they start to outlaw? Are they going to outlaw that we can't, just drive and visit while there's another person in the car with us? Just many other things like that. It's kind of a crazy thing on both sides. But according to There Is No Way to Enforce Texting and Driving Ban, with www.cato.org, there are countless other driver distractions that we never think of banning, from having kids in the car in the back seat, to eating or drinking while driving, to fumbling with the radio. See, there's just many other things that cause distractions while you're driving other than texting. So it's one of those things that or is the law going to be able to keep up with all those things that people are doing while they're driving? Should they be able to get into our personal space? There's just a lot of things with that make it difficult to ban texting and driving. peterparklawfirm.com, 7 states still did not ban texting and driving by Peter Park. Unless a motorist is blatantly typing away at eye level, a car would need to be moving slow enough for the officer to see inside, focus on the phone, and observe the driver manipulating the buttons. That is very true. It'd be very hard for the law enforcement agency to really pin down if somebody's actually texting and driving, or did they just pick up their phone to make a phone call, or did they just read something. Yes, that is a distraction, but it's going to be real hard for them to see if that's actually the case. Are they actually texting and driving, or are they just picking up their phone and using it? So it's going to be hard to really enforce that and make that illegal to do. There are countless, the reason why some states have not got to legislative legislating every detail that governs safety issues in our lives is because they leave safety up to the common sense of people, as evidenced by some of those states' regulations banning texting and driving for underage drivers, since generally younger people lack the common sense. That's another thing why it shouldn't be outlawed, is because people should have the common knowledge, the common sense per se, to not text and drive. Yes, it's not safe, but you just need to use your mind and use your brain that, hey, that's not safe. And that was according to Ian Swartzwell with the www.New York Times, Cities Disagree on Texting Driving Ban from 2012. So it is really hard to monitor that, and just for people just need to use their common sense while they're driving, so making texting and driving illegal will be very hard to do. All use of cell phones would have to be banned completely for law enforcement to keep up with this. So the phones wouldn't be able to be visible at all or to be used. There are other such bans. For government overreach, some object to texting while driving laws for practical reasons. That's according to R. Balco at cato.org. There's no way to enforce texting while driving ban, which is very true. It's very hard to keep up with this. So we just all need to kind of use our own brains to make sure that we, use your common sense. Yes, we don't want the government delving into our private lives. Some things they just have to for the sheer fact of keeping the public safe. But we all just need to kind of come together and say, hey, use your common sense. If you need to make a phone call or text, go ahead and pull over. Pull into a parking lot and do what you need to do to take care of it, your situation. If it's an emergency, stop. You can stop and pull over and take care of that to find out what it is you need to take care of. So there are many reasons why texting and driving should not be banned. There's drivers distracted by other influences. The government probably should not be digging that deep into our private, our private lives. It's going to be very hard to keep up with that as far as the law enforcement is concerned. It'd be very difficult to see if somebody's actually texting and driving or if they just picked up their phone to make a phone call. So that's on the opposite side of the spectrum of wanting to ban texting and driving. So thank you.